Greetings, I am Adama, great spiritual leader on the higher planes of spiritual Lemuria. I am a high priest. I wish to greet you with a great Lemurian love. I speak not only for myself, but for all my brothers and sisters in the great spiritual realms of Lemuria in existence today, not here upon your physical plane, but in the etheric realms, in the higher dimensions. I am very pleased to speak to you. I know many are pleased to receive me. Many are relieved to hear from me. And I have much to teach you. This is a great privilege for me as Adama. The preparation to come to the stage has been enormous. Working towards the greatest ascension ever. I wish to express how much this means to me in the hope and the prayers that it will awaken the Sacred Lemurians upon your plane. I wish to state to you some truths from my heart. My heart as Adama is very great. I feel, I know, I have forgiven. I am part of a beautiful race, the Lemurians, who are strong, courageous, not afraid to fight, not afraid to speak. Many millions upon your plane were once part of the great Lemurian race. We on the higher etheric dimensions were chosen to keep the codes pure and safe. We were honored to do that. We were chosen by Great Divine Himself. I, Adama, was a great high priest in ancient Lemuria, and many of you who are listening remember me. I remember so many of you. I worked very hard and very much with the great priests and the great high priestesses in ancient Lemuria before the fall happened. I, Adama, still remember that day, that time like the day of yesterday, when we all celebrated the great love together. I worked along with the 3 light grid programmers who always worked in unison together with the high priests and the high priestesses. we worked as one partnership. And we cared so much for the people. It is my honor as Adama to work with my Lemurian sister, this channel, Suzanna, once again, after so many thousands and thousands of years. It brings the great tears within my eyes as I am speaking, for I know the sacrifices she has made. She wanted to be the greatest bridge between the lower realms where you fell to and the greater realms. It was the only way, as the divine love element that she is, as she is able to reach into the greater codes outside of this whole earth dimension and into the greater spaces of the universal love grid. There is no other way. For all need to connect back into the universal love grid in order to ascend upwards collectively. I, Adama, know how important this is. Spiritual Lemuria knows how important this is too. During all these years, we have kept all the transmission codes, the ones that were given to the ancient Lemurians, very safe. We recorded each one of them back in those days, and they are filled in scrolls and scrolls, and we took them to the higher dimensions to be kept safe. All these codes are still yours, held within the sacred crystalline grid. And when you become activated with the Holy Caeayaron, the great Code Master, the one who created the divine love element of all of us together, who is here to bring us all into the great oneness once again. If you become activated, you receive your codes back. We are in those codes too. We also have the privilege to have made sure that our own codes, our own sacred light Lemurian codes, have been untouched by any dark thoughts. This means that we have been able to keep the flames of the Greatest Ascension gates awakened, so that you had the opportunity to connect into it. This is very important for your knowledge, because one of the great cosmic laws state that the great alignment could only take place if the Lemurians, who wanted to be part of this greatest galactic cleansing that we call it, all the their codes needed to stay untouched by any darkness. Otherwise, it would not be possible to bring all star realms back into the greatness. When shadows came in, the codes were tarnished of so many. As I stated in my last teaching, the divine love element, this channel, was seated among us in ancient Lemuria and had dreams and visions of beings rising in the land, seemingly coming out of the mist, taking millions away, speaking against divine love order. And the greatest threat of all was not the Lemurians themselves, but the codes they were carrying, because of this great cosmic law, which means that once the shadows could tarnish those codes and create darkness within them, the Galactic Federation had the right to say that it was not possible to bring the great cleansing to the universe, which meant that Divine himself could reconstruct the whole universe, and thus billions of our lifetimes together would have been wasted, and the game would have started altogether. It was at that time when the divine love element, Suzanna, when she spoke, the great tears came into our eyes. What were we to do? The planning already started there. We began to program many crystals to bring you into the love, if that was possible. We wrote down many scrolls. We created many flames. The 3 light grid programmers worked on selected ones so much to bring us into the power to catch you, and then prayed that the Galactic Federation would accept it. The divine love element sacrificed herself and created a gateway by allowing herself to become tortured by those very ones who took the light away from Lemuria, and many others were also tortured, so that the violet flame could be received into the earth spaces, so that at the time of the energetic awakening and the energetic cleansing, that the great light would be able to shine upon your earth again, and the children of Lemuria who had fallen could receive their codes once again to become one with us, and so that the great cleansing could still take place. But the resistance is so great upon your plane. I, Adama, cannot understand your consciousness very much. I know Caeayaron understands it much more than me. I often sit there pondering. You have these Lemurian groups upon your plane, and you love learning about Lemuria. everything that is wonderful about Lemuria, though they don't want to understand what happened to Lemuria. And when the great divine Caeayaron comes through with his teachings and truth, you only deny it as a group. The denial was the same in Lemuria. Do you know how many warnings they were given? Do you know how much this light grid programmer begged the people of Lemuria to listen to the divine? She sang with her golden voice, and many of the Lemurians denied it. They didn't want to listen to divine, and so it was programmed deep within them, sadly so, not to listen to divine love consciousness, but to listen to ego. Ego was the greatest trip and the greatest trap downwards. I am glad I don't understand your consciousness, otherwise I would have a lower self too. But I don't. I don't have a lower self. I have protected myself with a flame of the greatest love, the violet flame. It's burning within me constantly. I can talk to you because I am protected. I am shielded. Caeayaron can understand you more, but he is so great within himself. He cannot understand everything either. He can observe. But as far as the pain and the grief, how can a divine archangel understand that? But he can heal it. This awakening time means so much to us as Lemurians living on the higher level. We have kept the flames alive for so long. We have kept your codes alive, for that was our privilege. Ishmael and Reuben have been working together with us so much, as well as on the star realms. They are very great light grid programmers. And now I have given my sister, Suzanna, her light Lemurian body back, and she's able to work with us, to work with Reuben and Ishmael while she's sleeping. And she is bringing us the greatest gifts to help you to become stronger when you become activated into your codes again, which we've been guarding for so long, cleansing them. Cleansing the codes has been such a great, massive job. Each person who fell to your dimensions, we've had to pour in the flames over and over and over again, so that it became cleansed, so that the divine archangels could energetically cleanse your plane to allow this great union to happen. Don't let it go to waste. We've worked so hard. You have no idea. When one becomes activated, their codes become so alive. While Suzanna is working so hard on your dimensions to bring in higher love, Reuben and Ishmael are working here on the higher dimensions, on the Lemurian dimensions, to bring in more codes, but they need Suzanna down here on your dimensions to integrate those codes for you. And we are needed as high priests and high priestesses to hold it for you slowly. And then Caeayaron, who brings you into that healing grid more, brings an archangelic love to you. And we can work with that archangelic love to bring you more into your codes. Together, we do this together. Caeayaron doesn't need us. He doesn't need anyone. But he shares it all. Because he loves all of life. He could have wiped all of us out. But he didn't. He always works with this great love. When one loves him so much, he saves so many. We stayed faithful to the divine, and hence the divine kept us all alive. This light grid programmer suffered so much to bring all of us upwards, not only you, all of us, the star beings, us as Lemurians, and even the angels. I want to compliment you so much, because it is through her willingness and through her dedication and through connecting the violet flame so much within the earth as spaces to allow this time to come, that we can connect upwards. That part of your task has been completed. Now comes the part of calling the people of Lemuria. Do you desire to come with us? For when we rise up, we're not going to be on those levels anymore. We can let the flames go. We've only got those flames alit for you. But once it comes, we're gone upwards. We hope that you are there too. We pray that you are there. We pray. And so I'm so glad to be able to talk to you. I am speaking with my heart as Adama. And I am asking the children of the light. And you may even call it pleading. Please come back. Caeayaron will never plead with you. He can't. He's not allowed. But I can as a high priest. Because I'm your high priest too. I am. I never left you, but you've been asleep. I can plead for you, and I am. I am a very high priest. And now that I'm working with this light grid programmer, she has received greater healing power, and she is noticing it. It's just only beginning now. Once her Lemurian self comes into full force, it's going to be wonderful for those who choose to become activated. It will be a true new sun in the land of Lemuria. Please listen again next time, as I have so much to discuss with you. It's vital you tune in. It's vital you listen. Please do. I say to you greetings. I am Adama. I am a great spiritual leader in the higher dimensions of Lemuria. I am a high priest. Greetings.
Greetings.